The following is a pre-recorded show. Welcome to Winning in Retirement with your host, Brian AKERS, certified financial planner professional and founder of AKERS Financial Group. Now, helping you win in your retirement, here's Brian AKERS.
Welcome to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian AKERS, president and founder of AKERS Financial Group, and we do welcome you to our radio podcast, Winning in Retirement. I'm excited for today. It's a big day, special day. We're bringing my son, Noah AKERS, a financial advisor from AKERS Financial Group. He's got all the licenses. He's been with AKERS Financial Group since 2014, working his way up to this moment, almost like coming to the big leagues in his rookie at bat. Noah AKERS, welcome to the Winning in Retirement radio show.
Thank you so much for having me on, Dad.
Dad. No one's ever called me that on a radio show before, but
Yeah.
And this actually works. So I appreciate that very much, Noah. Now, we did do a title today called Parental Financial Advice, and we're not trying to make you tell everybody how wonderful I am.
Yeah,
that's
kind
not
of sounds like you're setting yourself up for positive feedback.
We're trying our best to do a show called Parental Financial Advice, and I want everyone to understand why I want to do this show so badly. And it's this. Today is my mother's 80th birthday. Mm-hmm. And it means a lot to me because my mother is the one that truly helped me get in the financial planning industry. She went to my father's 25th high school reunion, and that dinner that night was another financial planner, CFP, head of the Maryland Financial Planning Association at the time, and she asked him the following question. She said to him, my son wants to do that when he grows up. She didn't use that word. What did she say? She said, my son wants to do that when he finishes college. And he said, well, send him by. Wow. And so my mother was that first influence of getting me my first internship job during college where I was at Virginia Tech. So this show is going to be parental financial advice. I'm going to say it's going to be a lot of it from my mother. And then, Noah, you got your own side of this when it comes to parental financial advice. And I want you to not hold back on your parents, even though I might be one of them.
Yeah, my mom, your wife, never gave me any advice of like, you need to follow your father into the business. No. It's kind of like in high school, you're like, no, I got an internship open if you'd like to come type in numbers. Yeah. So I started off doing that. And then I worked my way through doing operations. And now I'm leading your paraplanning team and also meeting some of my own clients. And so I'm glad that you helped bring me along into this business. And I'm glad guess my business almost started with your mom as well in that moment.
I believe the AKERS Financial was started with that moment.
Yeah.
Because I had a dream about being a financial advisor since I was young, to help. The goal was to help. And what we want to try to get across in this show is, where did that all come from? Where does the concept of helping people where they are, no matter what size, that's why AKERS Financial doesn't have minimums. We help those that come through the door where they are and get them to where they need to be, and why it's so important to us. Mm-hmm. It's valuable. It's a very valuable thing. So, Noah AKERS, this is your first radio show. Your knees are knocking or not?
No, I'm standing up straight, shoulders back, feeling confident.
Excellent. So Noah is a college soccer player. He also has his MBA from Cairn University. We've been putting him through every testing, every schooling, and he's had to go through the gauntlet of financial planning training at AKERS Financial Group, which every advisor has to go through at AKERS as we build our team of advisors. All right, so Noah, we're going to do our very best to do a good show for everybody. You ready?
Yes, of course.
All right, so my mother, yes, she loved to talk about things and sort of basically, how do you put it, require things of me and almost imply that I had to get things done. But the one thing she always did was she believed that I could do it. Now, she might have said it in a different way by saying, basically making sure I did it, but her belief in me and then her mother's belief in me helped me have confidence, which, I mean, sometimes you probably think I have too much confidence in things, but generally that confidence was helped by my mother, my grandmother, by people who had an influence in my life when it came to truly understanding that you could do the things. Mm-hmm. That was valuable for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so important to have someone whispering in your ear, giving you encouragement, telling you to take that next step. Because I know we've talked a lot about how you built your business or businesses.
Right.
I don't know how many people know that you once had a jet skiing business. And so the hard work of just gathering things together, organizing people, finding the right other people to work with is such a difficult thing to do. And you're just willing to put your foot out there, take the next step, and to have mom or mom for you to help you take that next step is so important.
Well, if we think about financial planning and our clients when they come in, we need to give them the confidence that they're okay.
Yeah.
And so the concept, are you retirement ready? That's a fun topic for us, where we go over the numbers, and you've been punching the numbers for years for us, and knowing that the numbers are good, and it's just a matter of, are you ready to retire? Not your financial numbers look good, but are you ready to retire? That's a fun place to get everybody too.
Yeah, sometimes it's just they already have like the concept of putting money away.
Right.
They're not putting money away into the correct buckets to best be the most tax advantaged as they possibly could.
Right.
Like they already have the behavior that you need to save for retirement and to build wealth. So then one day you can hand in your resignation and you can go do whatever job you want to do in retirement, whether that's grandkids or mission work or going on vacations, that sort of thing. Having that already set up in advance with that work ethic is so important.
Yeah, the work ethic is going to be a big topic of our day, is understanding why work ethic matters. Now, we were blessed with people that raised us in a way where we had a foundation of faith, we had a foundation of family, and that was something that we had to build on. Now, not everyone gets that. And so as we do the show today, I want you to understand that you can start new. You can start basically financial life that's going to be better for you and your family by starting. Now, that doesn't mean that you can go backwards and change things, but you truly can start things anew. So the things we talk about today, the habits we might have learned through people that we know, what happens is this: we had to apply them. We had to listen. We had to take the advice and do it. There are things that we don't listen to, right? When it comes to parents, Noah? Can we bring those up right now?
No, I've listened to absolutely everything that I've ever been told.
Oh, come on, Noah. I told you to work out when you're 12 years old to start getting that weight room every day.
I wish I did. You know, I went to a weight room with my baseball coach when I was 14, maybe one time.
Yeah.
And he showed us how to do everything. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Did not start. I started doing that in college, thankfully. That helped a lot. But with soccer, as we spoke about earlier, I'm just curious. We've talked about stories from your childhood. Is there anything in particular maybe that you did with your family that kind of really seeded into you, like a work ethic or like a positive mindset, something that really helped set your business going forward?
Oh, I would say generally my family was involved with a lot of different people. So my father came from a federal government job. So back then he had the incredible job of a great pension and a belief that the government provided for him. And that worked very well for that generation for him. It was, as I was growing up, that the transition, but based on ERISA and all the laws and the fact that we could no longer count on our company or the government to fully fund their retirement years, we had to do something else, something different. But growing up, my family got to go camping. Our family got together with people that own small businesses. Now, the small businesses I was excited about because there was risk to it, but that risk had reward to it. And that reward meant control of your time. You weren't basically relying on someone else, sort of like bureaucracy of certain jobs can be terrible because those were family dinner nights. We're talking about the good and the bad of the job. So I think the years and years of the talk of the mindset of maybe being inside a government type job versus being an entrepreneur and being on my own, I love that other part.
Yeah, that's so important to know exactly what you want going into it. The freedom of having your own business, but also the risks that come along with it. Yeah,
and the craziest thing is the risk of getting started would almost make it where I always felt like that meant I didn't have the belief that I could achieve it. And so the concept that the mindset that I'm going to achieve these goals has always been in my mind. So I think the same way with our clients when it comes to financial planning, legacy, whatever size, whatever they want to accomplish, I don't see it as a hindrance. It's just a matter of how do we do it? Let's figure it out.
Yeah, being there, being able to coach alongside. I mean, I'm sure you've had many beginning influential factors like you talked about with family, other small business owners that you were able to interact with. That kind of helped give you pave a way of what my next step should be in business. What should my next step be in trying to win for retirement?
And the key is starting. Is starting. So when we do radio shows, the reason I loved radio shows for the last 20 plus years is the fact that with an open mic, you can actually get people to understand how we think, how we work. And then what happens is they already got to know us through the radio show. Then when they come into AKERS Financial Group, they sort of know what we stand for. And then they know that they're coming in to talk about about their situation, to do planning. They know that integrity matters, that we're going to do what's best in their situation, basically being a fiduciary before fiduciary was cool, and taking where they are and to where they need to be is financial planning. Yes, there will be answers, implementations, and we got all the license to implement, but the concept of where do we start, and that's with that client and their goals. That's like with everything in life, is understanding how to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to know a little bit beforehand where you want to go. You don't always have to know the next step. It's starting, like you said, it's just beginning to set that money aside to build for retirement, beginning to take some more risk in your business, willing to grow it to be the best that it possibly can. I know that we have a lot of small business owners as clients, and sometimes what you just need to give them is encouragement, give them that confidence to keep going.
Absolutely, because there are tough days. It's never just all easy. You don't put a shingle out with your name on, and all of a sudden everybody flocks to the door. Mm-hmm. It takes time, and you have to earn it. And earning it is a fun part for me. I like the idea of the hard work it takes to earn it. That's why when I did start my first company, I also became a basketball coach at the same time, because that was a passion, the hobby that I want to be. And now I could call it a hobby for a lifetime because of 35 years doing that also. It's just interesting how things are guided in those kind of directions. So today's show is a parental financial advice, and it's a little weird in that my son Noah's here, and then we're talking about parents. I have not let him talk much about his parents yet, so I promise you that's coming up in the second quarter. No holding back next time, Noah. Does that sound all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's never said that before to me. All right, that's funny. So, AKERS Financial Group, we want you to learn how to retire and understand that winning in retirement is about your choice, about your version of winning in retirement. Because we all know the best part of retirement is going to be getting your time back, where you decide how to use it. Before retirement, your time is tied up with other commitments, mainly your job. A lot of that goes away in retirement. Your time is now consumed by things that you want to do. It's so easy to begin winning in retirement. Go to our website at akersfinancialgroup.com, scroll to schedule a meeting section, and let us know you'd like to schedule your free meeting right there on the website. That's akersfinancialgroup.com, or call us at 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WINRETIRE. We'll give you a call on Monday to schedule your free in-person meeting. Go to akersfinancialgroup.com or call us at 833-946-7384 to start planning for your retirement now. What does work ethic have to do with retirement? We'll talk about that when we return.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian AKERS.
Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. I'm your host, Brian AKERS, from AKERS Financial Group, and also from AKERS Financial Group is Noah AKERS. He's here to co-host with me today. Noah AKERS is a financial advisor from AKERS Financial Group, but today we've let him out of the minor leagues. No, I'm not going to say it that way.
Out of the back of the office, I would say.
Now, Noah's been grooming for 10 years at AKERS Financial Group as he got through college, MBA, and then the last few years, I'm getting ready for the opportunity to be a financial advisor. He's been doing that for a while. And now, the radio show. And the radio show today is called Parental Financial Advice. The show is geared towards financial advice because today is my mother's 80th birthday, and we say happy birthday to my mom, but we also want to take advice from my mom and from your mother and everybody else. Mm-hmm. So again, parental financial advice is our topic. This quarter is talking about what does work ethic have to do with retirement. How do we want to start this? We'll talk about the oxymoron of retirement and work ethic.
I thought in retirement I was supposed to work. I thought I was supposed to retire to relax,
Well, you think about work ethic in retirement. Well, how about no?
No. I mean, we've had plenty of clients who retired early from their job or even retired on time, you could say, depending on what their definition of retiring on time was, and then began their passion projects. They dove into the businesses that they always wanted to do, but never had the guts to do, never had the push to go to the next one. They felt like they needed to be financially secure.
So you're calling that passion project. That's a pretty good word. I like that one.
Thank you.
So passion projects would be what you're retiring to. Mm-hmm. So the work ethic that you're doing now, because you get paid, whatever you're getting paid now is probably the best you can. Passion projects might not pay as well.
Yeah.
But when you're financially independent, You have the ability to retire at any point in time. And when you know it's time to change careers and do that next piece, we'll call it passion projects or the other thing to do in retirement. I love people retiring with a purpose, retiring with knowing what they want to try to get out of it, what they're going to do the next day. Retiring to no plan is a difficult retirement, I find, because people are like a little bored and they wish they could get back to their old job. So the concept of this is work ethic have to do with retirement. The oxymoron part is, does work ethic still have to be in retirement? I think the concept of work, hopefully it's a little different, but the work ethic we want to cover is habits we develop that can formulate us or form us into the people that accomplish these kind of big deals, these big things.
Yeah, those are huge. And they can begin just from tiny little things that you had growing up, like experiences with my mother.
Yeah.
Something that I would love and admired about her was her work ethic.
Yeah.
She was so dedicated to always keeping up with the laundry, keeping up with the dishes, making sure that I had a snack coming home from school because, you'd be hungry as a kid, got to grow. Mm-hmm. And so having that routine that she would build up is such a good form of advice that she gave through her actions, and that she was able to showcase to me. And you did, of course, not to toot your own horn, or yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
With having that hard work ethic mentality, applying that to your finances is the same method in which, like we said in the first quarter, you just need to start. But you also need to make it a healthy routine. You need to make it a routine where you're checking up on your finances, knowing where money's going, knowing where the money's coming in from. Half the people we speak to, they haven't looked at a bank statement in years. They just kind of go by the seat of their pants and continue through life. And they're like, oh, money's coming in. I know I'm not spending too much because the bank doesn't tell me that I'm have any overdrafts,
Right. And so we get a little frustrated because there isn't this concept of understanding that they're working hard, but working hard for what? And the money needs to work hard for them. The money needs to have purpose and be assigned to that future goal. I believe in your financial life, you've had goals. You've been able to accomplish those goals because you put purpose to your money. You put purpose towards pushing that money out, purpose to your money and throwing it to future Noah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, I remember sitting down with you and you sat down. And the first thing I thought you were going to say, I thought you were just going to tell me what to do with everything. But you started off with, what are your plans? What do you want to do? And that really took me back. I was like, I have to have my own formulated plan, but I don't have to have my own plan. I just want to tell you what I wanted to do with my money. And then you gave me the assets, the values, how I can accomplish those goals. And that was so helpful. It helped me save up for down payment on my car, down payment on my house a couple years ago. And all of that just came through a lot of dedicated taking money out of my paycheck, not spending it on frivolous things, putting it into assets that'll grow in the proper time and the manners. Of course, you can't predict the market, but you can always pick the best assets that have historically performed in those kind of time periods.
Absolutely. And they don't have to start with a lot.
No.
I mean, you just have to start.
That's all you need.
So the true key was planning is where you have a goal, and the goal is something that you care about. You set up a timetable. Once we have a goal and a timetable, that will almost dictate how to invest it. So as a financial planner, when we know the time, the risk, and everything, we can tell you what investment fits, and then we guide, and then we get you into a habit of paying yourself first. And by paying yourself first, you're going to accomplish whatever goal you have set. And that's actually worked out well for you the last 10 years, right? You've been able to accomplish the goals you had?
Yeah, I have. I bought our house. It's wonderful. Yeah. We still have the car that we purchased 5 years ago. Yeah, from saving up for that. And now we're saving up for the next project. So what's the next things that I want to do?
Noah's been married almost 2 years, and he has a house. He has the ability to maintain the house, and pretty good. The best thing to understand is this, is that a lot of younger people are not able to get into a house early in life.
Especially nowadays.
They might have to wait till they're 30, 35. I think the average in America is in the later 30s on the first house purchase. And the answer is why? Well, some of it has to do with the idea of spending early and spending a lot of money early. And what did you learn about being frugal, or what did you learn about overspending during your life, Noah?
Yeah, so I just made it a very high point on my things to do of checking up on my credit card spending, on my bank statements. I would check that to see where the money was going and see where I could trim the fat.
Right.
Where that fat I could then take and I could use it in other ways. Yeah. I could pour it into growing it to build for the car or building it for the house. And so it's very important to kind of set aside those goals and to put the money towards those goals. Like you said,
but how'd you get like that? What did your mother do to you?
What am I think one of the stories would be she would tell me that I would need to look for things harder. I'm pretty sure you remember.
Oh, yeah.
I was pretty poor at like hide and go seek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just go to the fridge and just open it up and see what's inside, looking for the ketchup, and I wouldn't be able to find it. So my mom would come over. She'd point out, no, it's right in front of you. You just need to pay attention more. It's right in front of your nose.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just pay attention more? Why don't you just see what's right in front of you? And so as you continually hear these things growing up, eventually it sticks.
Yeah, so the concept of pay attention more.
So you pay attention, and then when you begin to pay attention, you begin to find the right avenues for saving. You begin to see where you can cut and trim that fat.
Yeah, so when it comes to finances, we got to tell you this. Slow down, pay attention. Slow down, understand where your money is. We call that financial fingerprint. Financial fingerprint is where you are with all your money now. So we slow down, pay attention to what it is, and then let's build a goal. Let's take time to build a goal. Sometimes it's rare that a husband and wife have actually talked finances together. Sometimes in their meetings is the first time they do that.
Yeah.
We can't go backwards in life and say, let's go back and start when you're 18. But the idea is we can start today. We can start to make it better. Some of the bad habits we've seen people do, they'll call me and say, hey, Brian, I really need to get to you, and then I'm going to get you. Once I get some things straightened out, I'm going to come see you.
Oh, I can't start meeting with a financial advisor right now. It's just not the right time. So what do you mean? It's always the right time.
Well, it's because they're not quite ready yet. They don't want us to see some of the pain they have.
Oh, no. Show us the pain. But we want to see it. We want to help. We just want to help. Be servants. Good stewards to them.
We can get them out of that pain faster because of the experience we have in doing it. They're trying to create a way out without any experience doing it. It's like one of the comments I make to you, Noah, is that I retire every day. Mm-hmm. So as people ask me about retirement, it's like my comment back is I retire every day with my clients. I guide them, help them. And so retirement for me isn't the first time. It's really a retirement for each client is their first time. I want them to be comfortable and know what we're retiring to. Make sure we build wealth to tie it into. But your comment, pay attention, is a big deal. So imagine you're listening some way, whatever way you're listening to the radio podcast here, and you're thinking, am I paying attention? Well, my answer is have a free review, a free second opinion by financial advisors, and find out, are you paying attention to all the right things? Are you listening and following the wrong things? Are you headed to your goals? Or are you headed away from your goals? Have you jumped into life with a lot of debt? Which we do see a lot. It's an American thing to jump into a lot of debt. Got to have everything, right? Mm-hmm. How do we get out of those? How do we fix it? How do we get you in the right path is a big, big deal. All right, Noah, I need you to tell more stories.
More stories.
You got more stories for me,
Well,
Noah?
Something that most moms will tell you about is that if you get like a boo-boo, as we would say in professional adults.
I'm not saying that.
Is that a boo-boo, you need to rub some dirt in it.
Yeah. Oh, I said that. Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah, you just got to rub some dirt in it. Like throw some rocks, throw some gravel in there, and just kind of stand back up, get going. Keep doing the next thing, you know?
I don't know if we rub rocks into it, but the dirt. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going with that.
Keep going with the rub some dirt in it.
Hey, how does that apply to financial planning, man?
Well, part of me thinks maybe that involves healthcare.
Healthcare? Okay.
Maybe you need to be able to meet with the right doctors, make sure that you have the right healthcare set up. Other opportunities would be to keep going, take that next step. Well, don't let that debt really take you down. Don't keep going down into debt. Try to build your way out of it. It takes one step at a time, to talk about earlier.
Or in 2008, you lost money and you got out of the market, and now we're sitting 17, 18 years later, and you're not going back in the market still. Mm-hmm. And the problem is you got to rub some dirt on it and get right back in the game. The idea of getting back into the game is a key thing when it comes to investing. Key thing idea with your job. The key thing with even life is to get back into the game. Don't let the one fall, one drop. Well, these things stop you or prevent you. Don't let the negative prevent you. Let the positive push you forward. Be a great thing. AKERS Financial Group, we're designed as a local company. We're local, we're independent, we work for you. We don't report to a big company on Wall Street. We report to you, the client. We do have offices in Lutherville and Farmville. We meet with clients all around the Mid-Atlantic region, all around the country, and even a few around the world. It's so easy to begin winning in retirement. Just give us a call and schedule your free meeting with one of our team of advisors by calling 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WINRETIRE. We'll give you a call on Monday to schedule your free in-person meeting. Go to AKERSFinancialGroup.com or call us at 833-946-7384 to start planning for your retirement now. When something breaks, are you going to fix it? We'll talk about that when we return.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian Akers.
Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. As the host says, we do indeed welcome you back to Winning in Retirement. It's a radio podcast put on by AKERS Financial Group. I am Brian Akers. I'm a certified financial planner practitioner from AKERS Financial Group. Here with me today is Noah AKERS. Noah AKERS does have the same last name. He's my son, Noah AKERS. He's been working for 10 years here at AKERS Financial Group as he went through college, got his MBA, and he's a licensed financial advisor and leads my team at AKERS Financial Group as we work with clients together. And then as he works on clients with him, as he directly works with clients also. Now, we wanted to have a show called Parental Financial Advice with one main goal, and that goal is the fact that we wanted to honor my mother, his grandmother, and say happy birthday to her, but we also wanted to use some of the sayings, the things that she's led by example, things that she's done during her life that helps us get to where we are. Earlier in the show, I mentioned that the reason I'm in the financial planning industry is because I told my mother what I like to do, and then one day at a high school reunion, she told us to ask a financial planner, how does one get in the industry? And my son would like to do that, and then that financial planner had me come in and meet with them and then offered me a planning job. The part I didn't tell earlier in the story was the fact that I had a nice construction job at the time during college and making, let's say, $6 an hour. And I had to go down to minimum wage to start in financial planning.
Oh, wow.
And so I went down to $3.15 an hour to be a financial planner assistant.
$3.15?
Yes, no.
Wow.
I know you can't imagine that kind of number.
That's like the price of a Hot Pocket nowadays.
Correct. Well, we used to be able to get two death dogs from 7-Eleven. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. 2 hot dogs from 7-Eleven for under $1. Get a big gulp. It was cheap. Gas was cheap. Wow. Life was a lot lower. Inflation does these things to you. And that's why inflation's a big thing in financial planning. But that's not our topic. Our topic right now is this. We are covering about if something breaks, are you going to fix it? Now, the thing is this. How do we learn this from our parents, from our mother, and things like that? Now, this is going to sound mean to my father, but my mother would say comments about my father trying to fix something, and my father is more of an accountant and person like that. Mm-hmm. I'm a financial person. We're not the mechanically type people, and so fixing it for us means that are you going to fix it means I can fix some things, so I can't fix everything, but if I broke it. I was told to fix it, to clean it up, to get it right.
I don't think I told you this.
Okay.
I fixed my dryer a couple months ago, and I was incredibly proud of myself.
Your dryer at your home?
My dryer at my house. Okay. Yeah, it has a big band.
But it actually worked?
It spins and it turns and it started working again.
And it's kept working?
And it's continued to work.
I believe the trades offer amazing skills that they're experts. And so I believe in using experts in all parts of life.
Oh, yeah.
But this topic is when something breaks, are you going to fix it? And the thing about financial planning or breaking, we do need to fix our problems, fix our troubles. And doing it on your own, I just don't think that's going to be the quickest way to get you out of the hole. All right, Scott, any good stories about this kind of topic? No.
Yeah, so when you're saying something broke, most often I think that we talked a little bit about last quarter was debt going broke almost in a way.
Okay.
And so when you go into debt, it's kind of like, how did this happen? What happened? And so you start to analyze your finances to see like, am I eating out too much? Did I online shop? Is it a problem that the Amazon driver and I are on a first name basis? Probably a problem. that you need to create your own way to track your finances. I got him laughing.
Oh, man.
And so when something breaks, you really need to find a way to fix it, and bringing that to a professional is the best way to do it. I will try to do a lot of house projects, but I don't know a ton. I will bring in that plumber to handle whatever new plumbing tubes need to be put into my house. Of course, I just use the term plumbing tubes, which shows my novice experience with plumbing.
I'm not even going to go there. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Let's keep going with that story. I was going on.
Okay. And so it's important to bring a professional in. I'm trying to think of a story like, did your mom, did she try to do any house projects on her own?
Oh, my. So my mother was incredibly hard worker, and so she did everything. My father would plant the garden, but my mother would take it out of the garden and would do canning. So canning was a big thing. So a house project for us was canning all the food so that we were ready. And then one of my jobs as a kid was to put it in our basement, and then I had to go get the food out of there and bring it up for dinner each night when I was a kid. The basement was a crawl space, so it was fun when I was little.
Oh, like underneath? That's where you kept everything?
Oh, in the far back corner underneath the basement. Yeah, so it would be very dungy looking, but I'd have to go there. And as I got older, I was too tall for it, and I'd usually get injured, and it was tough. But I learned how to eat green beans from 1974. I learned pickles. If the seal doesn't look real pretty. Everything. So the idea of working hard was important. Something broke, I did have to clean it up. So if I dropped a can back in the back of that basement, I had to clean it up, get it fixed. So my mother did everything as a work ethic, trying to provide for our family as my father was building his career. And the hardest part is my father was in Vietnam as I was born, or not in Vietnam as I was born, but getting ready to go to Vietnam. So my mother and I were with him at Fort Benning. Then we went to Germany. And then when he went to Vietnam, we went back to the States. And my mother had to be on her own with me until my father got back. And then my sister came. So the idea is this, that work ethic. My mom had to handle everything for a while there. Now, I didn't really realize I was too young, but later on, that same habit was always there for me, to see it in my parents. The hardest part when it comes to when things break in life is how are you going to handle it? Does the breaking of it ruin you and stop your day and you can't go forward? Or does the breaking of it mean, all right, let's get going, let's fix it? I don't mean to say I like when things break because I get something new, but I enjoy the concept of, all right, that's broken and I can make it better. I can do something better.
The reward is so big, so important. Yeah. I remember in summers, we have written down that a lot of people use like ice pops as like a reward for their kids when they do a chore in the summer when it's hot and they go and mow the lawn or something like that. I don't know if you remember this, but Mom used to give us iced tea pops. Yeah. She'd pour iced tea into like a popsicle, and they were my favorite.
And that was a reward for work?
That was a reward, typically from coming home from school in the warmer months.
I never got rewards for work from your mother. Man. No.
Did she cook dinner? That's a reward.
Of course. Yes, I need to appreciate that more. Sorry. But this is a radio show we're trying to do here called Winning in Retirement. Winning in Retirement, what does this have to do with any of this? The thing is this. In financial life, there's emotional decisions and financial decisions. Many times the emotions lead us to bad financial decisions. The emotions of, oh, that broke. Then you race out and buy something a lot more expensive when you didn't try to fix it first. We want you to think about things. Think about where you're spending. Don't be frivolous with your spending because you have to replace something. Don't just be frivolous with spending because you think you need something. Make sure you have purpose. Understand that there's only so much money to go around. Make sure it's going to the places that you want. It all matters. That's really what we're trying to get at. All right, I got to go to a different topic. That's right? No?
Yeah, go ahead. All right. What you got in mind?
My thing is this. I think life has to be full of joy and laughter and fun. One of my favorite times growing up was playing 2-on-2 baseball with my parents. So I got my sister on my dad's side and my mom on my side. And so we'd play my father and sister. And for me, beating my father was always something I wanted to do. It took a number of years to get there. But in backyard baseball one day, my mother had rounded third, went home and slid into home, and she was safe. But she just started laughing and really loud laughing. Mm-hmm. It was like just one of those great moments.
Yeah, you got to hear her real, genuine
laugh. Yeah, a real laugh. And so when you think about it, I have people in my office that have a real laugh and a real joy. A lot of that is when they come in after they're retired, and instead of being on the edge of their chair, they lean back, and then you could just see they're relaxed.
Yeah, the stress has just completely exited their body.
Especially when it's a job that they need to get out of.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of stress in jobs right now, especially a new stress for different types of jobs out there. And so guiding them to retirement and getting them to retire as soon as they can is a big part of financial planning. Now, we do manage the money, we do the insurances, we do all those pieces within the mindset of that person and what they want to do. You don't have to know everything you want in life, but we got to work our way through it. We work with people over time to do financial planning, so we know that they're going to be okay.
Yeah, we get to tailor things. I'm bringing this back into advice or experiences with our parents. So my mother, whenever she would have a recipe that she was cooking, if she didn't have all the proper ingredients, she would substitute things into the meal. You would ask me, did that make the meal still taste good? I thought so. I thought it still tasted just fine. And so when you were just talking about how we tailor things to be directed for our clients, and every scenario that we run into is unique, and it's wholly in their own life, with their own experiences, with their work, with their goals, with what they want to achieve. We really work with the ingredients that we have to build that proper dinner, and that dinner in this metaphor could be retirement.
Absolutely. There's so many metaphors of things. There's one like clean your plate. Mm-hmm. So that was a rule when I was growing up, clean your plate.
Yeah,
so
the clean plate club, you deserve dessert if you clean off your plate.
And I did what I was told, right? And I would just clean my plate and get moving, go out and play. And that was something like you had a habit of. You just want to race out and play more.
Yep.
But I had a sister who would not go with that option. She would sit there until the plate got cleaned somehow. She was very thankful for the dog, and that helped her get through some of the liver and onion type meals.
Oh, man.
And we didn't make you do that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Is there a meal that we gave you that forced you?
There was one day where there was a pile of green beans on my Dr. Seuss plate, and I'll never forget just the defeat I felt looking at it, and Mom was like, you better eat all of that. Be thankful for your meal. I was like, I'm not thankful right now.
Yeah, we're talking about these kind of things. It's all about financial planning to me. So there's things you don't want to do, things you don't like to do. That's what a great financial advisor is for. A financial advisor will sit down and we'll do the hard things. The best thing we can tell you is this, is that we love what we do. We love the hard things because we know when we get through those, we then have a great financial plan for you and your family, for your current and for your future, for your legacy and everything that you have. So AKERS Financial Group, what we do is we love helping you and making sure you take care of even the hard things. We want you to be able to win in your retirement years by starting with your financial fingerprint and growing from there. So it's so easy to begin winning in retirement. Just give us a call at 833-WIN-RETIRE. Schedule an in-person meeting with one of our team of advisors. That's 833-WIN-RETIRE, 833-946-7384, or visit our website at AKERSFinancialGroup.com. Scroll down to the bottom of our homepage and schedule a meeting right there. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE or go to AKERSFinancialGroup.com. Remember that moment with your mother? Did she change your life with what she said? Let's talk about that when we return.
You're listening to a pre-recorded show. Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. Call 833-WIN-RETIRE now to schedule a visit with Brian and his team and begin winning in retirement. Once again, here's Brian AKERS.
Welcome back to Winning in Retirement. I'm Brian AKERS. Today with me I have Noah AKERS. We're financial advisors from AKERS Financial Group. And that means we are here to advise people on retirement. Radio shows general in nature, but we do invite you to sit down and talk with one of the team of advisors here at AKERS Financial Group to talk about your exact situation. You can go to our website at AKERSFinancialGroup.com. As you head on that website, you can see the Winning in Retirement. You see the radio podcast tab. You can go right there and hear any past show that we've done and hear this show, record it, and listen to it right there. Or you can go to your local or your podcast site anywhere on your phones, anywhere, just to be able to listen to Winning in Retirement at any time so that you can catch up on what we've said and what kind of advice we give. And then you can come in and sit down with us and understand, help us understand your situation so we can help you where you are now to help you get to where you need to be. All right, so Noah, you ready for the fourth quarter?
Yes, of course.
Fourth quarter is the winning time. That's when you got to get the ball across the line if we're behind, or if you're winning, we got to hold the lead. or if we get ahead by a lot, then we can take it a little easier.
Yeah, defense wins championships.
Yes. How do you feel right now? Are we a little behind? Are we right?
I think we're right on pace, but it wouldn't hurt to put a couple more in the basket.
All right, okay, you made basketball comment. I like that. Yes, it's not like soccer where it's only one goal.
You wait 90 minutes.
Then you sit
and you get excited. That's the only excitement the entire game. No, there's continual battles that happen throughout the game.
There's battles, but soccer is different. Soccer, there's a passion for that 1-0. It's a little different in basketball because you celebrate a lot, but the passion of the highs aren't quite as high as a soccer goal because there's not as few coming.
The build-up is huge.
Absolutely. So here in the fourth quarter, we're talking about remember that moment with your mother. Did it change your life? So you're listening to the show. It might be your father. It might be your mother. It might be a grandmother. It might be that special person in your life. That moment where they something happened and it really helped you in your life. All right, Noah, I'm not sure if this is going to be that deep of a question for you, but give me your comments on this kind of topic.
Well, you told me not to give any stories about you, but I'm going to.
Oh, my.
And that's because when I was a kid, the only time that I would get money was Christmas or my birthday. And thankfully, both of those were in the November and the December time of the year.
Yeah.
So that was like the big payout for the year. And so I would take all my cash and I would line it up from largest to smallest. I'd make sure all the faces were facing the correct way. Then I'd put it together. And one day you saw me doing this. You came in, you're like, that's something I did. And I became a financial advisor.
Yeah.
And so then for a while I was like, oh, I want to be a financial grouper because you worked at AKERS Financial Group. And I thought that you were a grouper.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, when I found out that it's financial advisor, it wasn't 10 years. It may have been like 5.
It's your story.
Found out that it was an advisor. I was just blown away. I was like, oh, I sounded stupid for so long.
No, your mother and I love the story that you want to be a financial grouper someday. And then when you took it to Florida, we tried to feed you grouper and teach you what that meant.
Yeah, grouper's great.
No, but so because you lined up your money, you got into financial planning?
Yeah. And so that just made me, it really categorized in my brain. It set aside like that mental image of how everything can have its place. Everything has its purpose inside of your plan. And whether that's talking about like life insurance or estate planning or investment planning or diversification or consolidating old accounts, like any of these aspects can all be put in their place within your financial plan. Yeah. And there's a set time in which you need to do these things and how to do it, and we get to walk people through that. And I'm glad that I enjoyed counting my money as a kid, but now I enjoy getting to help other people with their money to count it, make sure the faces are facing the correct way.
Yeah, I think that it's very, very important to understand that financial planning is about helping others. And helping others is almost more fun than helping yourself. I think it's wonderful to see success, wonderful to see them accomplish, wonderful for them to have that moment when they know they're okay, that moment when the people inheriting the wealth says, wow, my parents did a great job for us and we really appreciate them. All of those are wonderful moments in time. Now, in my life, I think about my mother. There's a lot of moments, but there are a couple of bigger ones. One is the fact that I believe in finances and family is about faith and family. And so for me, I know that my mother was a big reason that I was guided in my faith, because she was there when I had a lot of stress one night and really guided me in my faith on how to believe and trust in God. And so that really meant a lot. The opposite story would be other things she would do during the day. Like we're talking and let's say something went wrong during the day, right? And then she'd make the comment, you wait till your father gets home. And so
fear sets in.
Well, the craziest thing is that the wait till your father gets home was not something I wanted to hear, because my father could just tell me to go to my room, and then he says, well, we'll talk in a minute, think about it. He would come in and honestly, he could just say, I'm disappointed in you. And that was the worst thing that ever happened. Yeah. And I'd just be crushed by that and not have to have any other form of punishment at all, because I was already done. And I knew I didn't want it. But it all started with a wait till your father gets home comment. So
that's when it would begin to build.
Yeah, so there's a couple of different things to learn out of that. Is that these moments in life can change things. So when you have a moment where you figure out life and what matters in life, My mother guided me with that. You think about life and how you want to act and how you want to behave or how you want to handle things. Mother helped me with that. Now, she did say, your father's coming home. And I didn't want to disappoint parents. I was not that kind of person. It wasn't a passion of mine to disappoint them. I wanted them to understand that I want to listen and do what's right. The hardest part is as you become a teenager and you get older is the fact that you got to make your own decisions, and sometimes you might not do exactly what your parents tell you or advise you to do, but you got to sometimes do things and learn, okay, that worked, that didn't work, that kind of stuff. So the idea of these moments that change your life, this has to do with a lot of things, and they create the habits, create the person that you are. The person that you are doesn't mean that you can't change that still, but you can actually go back to some of that advice. If you think about it, some people run away from the advice. They test the advice, and then all of a sudden later in life, they were right. I should have done that.
Yeah, could take years. And so, my parents are right, or I'm just like my parents now.
Yeah, but I don't wish that on you. But
I get more of you look a lot like your dad. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I usually leave off with I don't have curly hair, but I'm kind of happy with my straight hair.
Yeah. It's weird, but I always wanted straight hair, but you got it, which is cool. Now, okay, so these big moments in life, and you want to change. Parental financial advice. Now, sometimes parental financial advice, you're reading the opposite. You might see your parents' finances and not be what you want your finances to be, and that might motivate you to be prepared.
Mm-hmm. It might motivate some to even become like a financial advisor,
Right.
Like just to have that curiosity of there's got to be a better way than how my parents handled it.
Oh, really?
And so then...
Are you talking about me now?
No, I'm not talking about you at all.
I'm joking. Go.
I thought you did things very well. As a kid, I was very confused to what you did.
Yeah.
Because you just work late. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Why is he working so late? But it's because you're starting a business.
The hard part is when people are pre-retirement, they want to meet you after work.
Yeah.
And so during the day, it was sort of like I wanted people to come in, and then they would come at night. So I had a lot of kitchen table talks, all kinds of stuff as we started. The idea where you're headed with that is really about hard work, ties into all this, and then financial advice that people give, or even the way they lead their financial life causes people to think, oh, I want that or I don't want that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Earlier we were talking about your father coming home.
Yep.
And that made me think about, there's a time when the government kind of puts their hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
And that's with required minimum distributions, where they require you to withdraw funds from your retirement accounts. And when you do that, there's the method of you don't have to pay taxes if you give it to a charity. But if you give it to yourself, then they get their hand in there. They get some of the taxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's basically in financial planning, your father coming home is almost like the Uncle Sam's coming home.
They're coming.
I joke sometimes that we have someone that is retiring with us, someone that's inheriting from us, and that is the local governments and the federal governments and their taxes that are owed. But we can control that through proper planning, through taking advice of saving now and saving for your future so that you're ready for all that happens in life. And so good financial planning is understanding that you will have to pay certain bills in your future and understanding that you can be ready for them. Now, as we talk today about parental financial advice, that the reason I did this show and had Noah as the first show is us to try to get across that no matter what your upbringing is, you can still do well financially. You can do well financially, but it's going to take one good decision at a time. One of those best decisions that you can make is to call AKERS Financial Group and get set up with your free initial meeting so that we can talk about you and your financial fingerprint, where you currently are, and guide you. Now, some of us, we've been very blessed with parents that cared and were there, that point us in the right direction in every way. And that's a wonderful thing. If you're not blessed with that, you can make that a thing now. The legacy of good financial stewardship, good financial planning has to begin with a decision to make it happen. And that's really one of the main topics of our day, right, Noah?
Yeah, we get to meet with people, discuss things that sometimes they're not comfortable with speaking about with their sibling or their spouse even. Sometimes it's horrible. They need to have that conversation. But getting to dive in a little bit deeper, see how things are flowing for them, and to be able to walk alongside, help them save money efficiently without Uncle Sam reaching into your pocket. These are such important factors that we get to talk to people on a daily basis about, and it's such a joy.
And it works. It's a lot of fun. It is fun having a son in the business. One of the best things is about the continuity of Akers Financial over time, having the ability for a younger generation to take over for us older financial advisors. Helps our clients know that they're going to be okay from here on out by having this mindset of financial planning. Noah, it's been a great show. I really appreciate your time with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
And we do want to wish happy birthday to my mother, Noah's grandmother. It's her 80th birthday today. It only happens once, so it's going to be a big celebration, and we thank you for all the advice over the years. Mm-hmm. So that's what we covered today was parental financial advice. We do look forward to meeting with you. We want you to win in your retirement by taking advantage of the opportunity to begin planning with us at Akers Financial Group. To schedule your free meeting with one of our team of advisors, go to our website at akersfinancialgroup.com, scroll to the schedule meeting section, and let us know you'd like to schedule your free meeting. That's akersfinancialgroup.com, or you can call us at 833-WIN-RETIRE. That's 833-WINRETIRE. We'll give you a call on Monday to schedule a free in-person meeting with one of our team of advisors. Start planning for your retirement now. Go to akersfinancialgroup.com or call us at 833-946-7384. Thank you for listening. I'm Brian Akers from Akers Financial Group, and we want you to be winning in retirement.
You've been listening to Winning in Retirement with your host, Brian Akers of Akers Financial Group. Akers Financial Group offers securities through Archedios Capital, an SIPC and FINRA member firm. Advisory services are provided through Archedios Wealth. Akers Financial Group and Archedios do not share any common ownership. Neither Archedios nor Akers Financial Group provides tax or legal advice. Advice given on winning in retirement is general in nature, and one should seek further advice from their financial advisor, broker, attorney, and/or tax accountant before investing. Be sure to read each prospectus carefully to understand all the risks associated with each investment. Examples and scenarios shared are meant to be for illustrative purposes only. Past performance is not indicative of future results.